Winding your way along the famous Hawkesbury River, the busyness of Sydney seems a million miles away. The bushland along the water's edge is dense, and most of the people living here don't have any access to roads. But it's the untapped beauty that the locals love.
It's a great place to live. People definitely make it. And also it's just the natural beauty of the place. You know, the majority of the land around here is either National Park or Nature Reserve. It is like a small country town of 1,200 people, really.
Justin Pigneguy runs the local postal delivery service alongside his brother and wife. It's the last service of its kind in Australia, delivering mail to locals up and down the river every weekday all year round.
Deliver anything from a postcard to a box of wine and everything in between, up to about 450 articles of mail each day, which is about normal.
Locals say the postal service is the real lifeblood of the river, with many of them often hitching a free ride on the boat.
So we collect the mail in Brooklyn and we deliver it to a couple of settlements up the river, and it's great. It means that we have the same postal service as everywhere else. We still get our deliveries. It does take a couple of days longer, but nothing crazy for, living so far out of the way and having water access only.
We rely very heavily on the mail service, and it's very much changing because it's all more or less going to parcels now. There's not a lot of letters kind of mail. But the Riverboat postman has a slight tax on they say on there, if you order a dozen bottles of wine, then they take one bottle for tax purposes.
The original Riverboat postman started operating back in 1910. It now doubles as a tourist attraction, taking visitors out on the water during the daily mail run. Dangar Island resident Beth Rayner is one of the staff that helps keep the customers happy during the trip.
So when there's no locals, we have to run it up to their local post boxes, and it's usually not too far, just up the wharf.
Booze and guitars seem to be the most popular parcel items, and the local gossip also helps keep people entertained.
You've got everything around here. You've got, there's always some scandal going along. And look, let's just face it, everyone loves a bit of scandal as long as they're not a part of it. There's always something going on in the river. There is never a dull moment on the Hawkesbury. The funny thing is people say on the boat, oh, you must get really bored upriver. I have never been bored upriver here, ever. I think even when you're trying to get away from people, you're never bored. There's always something going on. There's always a party going on someone's wharf or at someone's house or at the public wharf or at one of the islands. There's always parties going on. Sometimes if you want to avoid a party, you've really got to make a wide swing past someone's house so they don't recognise your boat. Otherwise, next thing you get a phone call saying, oh, we just saw you go past, why don't you turn up for a drink? Yeah, it's a bit of a vicious circle, that one.
Just very lively and very interactive. A lot of businesses on the river. Very vibrant, and I think it's an untapped gold mine, and that's how we want it to stay.